Hey there, it's Kara, and today I want to show you how to create a button that links to a different grid set in Grid for iPad. Any grid sets that you import into your Grid Explorer page are able to be linked together so you can quickly switch grid sets without needing to go back to your Grid Explorer page. This can be extremely helpful if you have your device in guided access mode with access to the Grid Explorer page blocked off, but you still want to be able to access certain grids. To do this, you need to make sure that you have the grid sets that you want to link together downloaded into your Grid Explorer page. If you're not sure how to add a new grid set, I've linked another video below explaining how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do this today using SuperCore 50 and VocoChat. These are two programs I often link together, especially for my Gestalt language processors. I find that a lot of kids who are in the early stages of Gestalt language processing really like having access to the quick sentence builders of VocoChat, but I also want them to have the robust access of SuperCore 50, so I link the programs together and model without expectations on both of the programs. Most of my students independently switch between the programs to fit their needs depending on the situation. So to get started, I'm going to open up SuperCore 50. When you're in the program where you want to make a link, you're going to navigate to the page where you want to create that jump to happen. So for me, when I'm linking SuperCore 50 and VocoChat together, I do it under the magic wand button. Once I'm in this page, I'm going to go to the upper right-hand corner to open up my options menu, and then I will select Edit Grids. And then you can select any blank cell that you'd like. I'm going to just select this top one, and you'll see here that says create a cell, and it comes up with the three main actions people assign to buttons. But instead of selecting any of these, we're going to select Show More, and we are going to search for Change Grid Set. So you'll just type that in, and then you'll see under Grid Settings, Change Grid Set comes up. Once you select that, your command setting will pull up, and we are going to go to the right of where it says grid set and hit select, and then we're going to choose the grid set we want it to jump to. So like I mentioned, I'm going to make this jump to VocoChat, so I will scroll until I see VocoChat, and then I will select that. And so now this button will automatically switch to the VocoChat grid set, but I want to make this button look better so I know what it's doing. So I will just tap the top where it says change grid set on the actual button. I'm going to write VocoChat, and then below where this icon is, you can select that, and then we can choose a different icon to go with this button. So I'm going to search for just a chat icon, and something comes up. And then you could just keep the button as this, but I personally want to change the color to kind of match the VocoChat logo. So I'm going to go next to the command button here. You're going to select to the right of it to select style. I'm going to make the cell shape have this little tab at the top right to indicate that it's going to jump. I'm going to change the cell fill or the button color to purple, which is VocoChat's color. And then I'm going to change the cell border to black. So that's going to change that tab in the top right. And then when I am finished, I will select done in the upper left-hand corner, and then I will select finish editing. So once you're out of the edit mode, you should be able to then select VocoChat, and it will jump you to the VocoChat vocabulary. Typically, if you don't have these linked together, what you have to do is go back to that Grid Explorer page and then open it this way. But with the way we set it up, we can go to SuperCore 50, Magic Wand, VocoChat, and now we're in VocoChat. Now we want to create a button that jumps back to SuperCore 50 so that we don't have to exit this program either. So when I'm in VocoChat, I go to my toolkit, apps, and I repeat the same process. I go to the top right to get my options menu, select edit grids, and then I will select an empty cell, show more cells, type in change grid set. And from here, instead of selecting VocoChat, I'm going to select SuperCore 50. So I'm going to swipe until I see SuperCore 50, and then I'm going to change that to say SuperCore 50. I'm going to change this icon to a star, and I'm going to go to the top, select style, and change the cell shape to this one with the little tab to indicate that it has a jump. I'm going to change the fill to red to kind of match the SuperCore 50 design, and then I'm going to change the border to black. And then when I am finished, I will select done, finish editing, and then we should be able to jump back to SuperCore 50. So it works just fine. I can go back between the programs. When I'm in VocoChat to go back to SuperCore 50, I go to my toolkit, apps, SuperCore 50. You can also use this process of linking grid sets together in order to switch between languages. I'm going to tag a creator below, Angela from Amazing Kids. She has a great video showing you how she creates bilingual boards and grid for iPad. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, go ahead and check out her video. As always, please feel free to ask any questions below in the comments, and I hope you have a fantastic day.